Hi there and welcome to this new video in which I'm going to be talking about how I take advantage of game development courses to actually apply what I learned in my own projects, such as this one that is a 2D endless runner game completely created inside of the Godot engine 4.4 version. The response is quite nice because the game feel is quite polished. There are lots of animations. Literally every single interaction of the game has some kind of effect, whether it is an animation, a particle, or even both, or even a trail, as in the case of the player. So indeed, it is quite an interesting project that I was only able to create thanks to the knowledge that I gained throughout the courses that I took. So I really want to teach you or to help you a little bit exactly doing that. So first of all, of course, you need to have some courses, either paid or free on YouTube or in similar platforms. So personally, I've bought like lots of courses from Game Dev TV because they are in good prices, something like $10-12 each. So as you can see, I bought like lots of them from Godot, of Unity, even from Sprite, and more stuff related to more general game development, such as this one of motivation and another one of game math for video games. Well, another pretty interesting platform is as well Zenba. You go here to create games, Godot, and you will find like dozens of courses created with this engine. You can see there is like a pretty wide catalog, which are, by the way, smaller courses. You can see here the length, 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. But and Game Dev TV has longer courses, as you can see, 16 hours. Well, more specifically for Godot, 12 hours, 20 hours, etc. So they are basically different in that manner. Also in Zenba you pay a monthly or year subscription, I don't remember, whereas in GameDev you buy each course individually. Just for you to know how both work. And of course in YouTube everything is free. I really recommend that you still take advantage of free Godot courses because, for example, this course of Patrikios could be worth like dozens or even hundreds of dollars, and it's here for free, as well as this free code camp course. And there are actually like lots of them that we have already mentioned throughout the channel. So if you don't know where to start, I would really check out the previous videos here. So you can see from 7 months ago, a 3D RPG game in Godot. So you can really like have a lot of things here or learn lots of things here just for free. And once that that you have some courses that you are taking, there are several ways in which you can take them. You can just watch it, okay, and take your own notes, follow along with the instructor, or do both. So let me show you this. This is Notion. This is the application, how this is called, Notion, exactly like this. Well, I have more stuff for here besides game development, but I want to show you this tab. I am not going to dig deeper into the courses or anything like that. Basically here I have here like this database with the different courses that I have taken or I am taking at the moment, and I basically write down anything that I need. There are courses that are for beginners that I am taking right now just to revise some concepts or maybe to learn some stuff. For example, here this is a Godot beginner course, and the only things that I put over here were two things that I didn't know about, such as label settings and how to easily clamp player movement with literally like one line of code that I already showed in the channel, and it's a pretty simple concept, but I didn't know that global position had a clamp function, for example. So that was quite cool. But for more complex topics, for example, this was a Unity intermediate course. Here I have lots of stuff, and as you can see how this structure is that I have a section here, okay, then I also have here a subsection. So from section 2, this was subsection 5, and then the database is configured in a way that this is sorted automatically. And I also have some topics here. So if I want to look at, I don't know, delegates, well, I have this lesson and this lesson, okay? And then, well, of course, inside of here, I have like a lot of information, okay? A lots of code snippets, etc. So this is the best way of learning something, not only game development, but to always take notes, to always make sure that at any time, for example, if I am not like using a lot, I don't know, structs, and I want to use them inside of my game, or I don't remember what they are, okay, I just go over here and I remember what they are, or I can rewatch the lesson or wherever I need. So indeed, having good summaries over here is super useful, and I really recommend that you do the same. And now that you have everything organized correctly, it is time to actually apply this in real projects. So the best thing in which you can do this is by actually trying to use these new concepts. For example, let's say that in a Godot course, you have been talking about the different ways of creating bodies, areas, etc. And you really want to know more about their exact differences. Because if you go to Node 2D, collision objects, you have like 4 of them, or even 5 of them if we count also animatable body. So you could create your own project in which you force yourself to use these 4 or even 5 different bodies and collision objects to actually learn on your own how they behave. Or if you want to learn more about user interfaces, then go ahead and create a UI based game. Or even it can even not be a complete game. It can be just a game that has different screens with different UIs that you designed yourself using different control nodes such as container nodes, etc. So well, you do have to force yourself to use the new concepts that you have obtained. And to have a second example, right now I am on Unity, but this can be applied to any other engine. I am right now creating a 2D RPG game, but not just like a normal RPG that you can create in a course with 1 or 2 hours. I do want it to be like quite complex, or not complex, but quite polished. As you can see, it is not finished, but for example, I was adding some game juice, for example, in the potions that are shot, that have that trail, that animation, so it does look quite cool, but of course it is still lots of things that are lacking. And basically most of the things that I'm trying to apply are these, okay? For example, I use a lot events, I also use a lot abstract classes, interfaces that I don't remember what they are here, C# interfaces, and I could probably even use delegates, structs, etc. But well, I just wanted to limit myself to that, because if not, it would take me even more time. So for example, here you don't have to know what exactly these concepts are, but for example, let me show here the interfaces that I've created. So for example, here I have an eye damaging interface, and then well, this interface is implemented in different places. So you can see how I actually like went on creating something like, let's say, more complex, not just a pretty simple game, but a more complex game. And here I am actually using all the concepts. And it's not only just like forcing yourself to use these concepts, but to actually see the potential that they have. Because sometimes, for example, once again, you don't have to know what an interface is to follow along with this video, but sometimes whatever you learn in Godot or in Unity that is more advanced or intermediate, you can do the same thing without having to use those intermediate or advanced concepts. You can probably have here a pretty similar behavior with or without the interface, but this just makes the process much easier and much more expandable in the long run. So that's the thing, you have to know practically in your own projects how to apply this learning. It is not important for me to know, okay, yes, the interface is a contract, and then you implement this interface wherever you want, and those objects have those signatures that you must use and implement. And that's correct to know the theory, but you must know how and when to actually use these things inside of your game. And that is something that you will only know when you start creating your own things with no courses. Of course, throughout the creation of this game, throughout all these lines of code, I use ton of AI to help me build the code better or understand some concepts, dozens of tutorials to help me understand these same topics even better. But well, the main thing is that I am not following a step-by-step guide or tutorial or course or whatever. I am trying to do it everything on my own, and you don't know how much I've actually learned. So well, I hope that my experience can help you a little bit learn game development better and actually apply what you learn in any engine, Godot, Unity, Unreal, Game Maker, whatever. So well, let me know how this sounds. And well, by the way, this game over here that I created with Godot, not only did it apply the game development knowledge that I gained throughout the courses, but also I created it so that I can teach you how to create this game on my own Udemy course. So I will show you that course in a second, and I hope we can see each other over there. The link is in the description down below. Bye bye. If you're serious about leveling up your Godot skills, check out my course. In less than 6 hours, you'll master Godot fundamentals while building this amazing project. Links in the description. See you there.